Going in the visitor center the back way. Say hi.
Hi.
Pretty building. Oh, so these are pictures of things back in the olden days and what they look like now. That's pretty cool. Of course, now we have color.
Up there is a raised thing in Charleston. Payphone. Well, he was working for Southern Accent. He was working for Southern Accent. Yeah, they're going out of business. So I understand. And that's Bill was working for Southern Accent. Southern Accent has been able to do it. But anyway, Bill's responsible for maybe getting a job somewhere else. Yeah, Southern Accent went out of business.
I can't say. No, just take it up. That's your answer. I can't say. All we're trying to do.
Loud people.
I ain't been here for a month. I guess I was asking about Bill working.
Loud Yankees. Yellow grits sound really good to me right now just because I haven't eaten anything like that in over a week. The city in the floor. That is very cool. Hard to see. Don't zoom in. You did that at my last video at the church, and every time you did, I blurred out.
Alright, I'm recording now.
Well, then you need to cut it off. So, today we set out to go on a scavenger hunt. I purchased the scavenger hunt experience from Groupon, and this past year I gave the same experience to my son and his girlfriend, and they did it, and then we met them to go on a dolphin watch, and I said, how did it go? And it was great. So I bought an experience scavenger hunt for myself and my husband. It was a nice day today in the mid-60s. Perfect day to go downtown and walk around. And first off, I wore this sweater. It's not a very thick sweater, really. It's really not. You can see my finger through it. But it was too much. It is January. Now, during this month of January, we had freezing temperatures for 7 days in a row, and they didn't get mail for 6 days because of it. That was extremely rare. But today was a typical Charleston January day, and I wore this sweater and boots. I didn't know how much I would be walking. So I put my husband in charge of finding out how to do the scavenger hunt because it wasn't very clearly explained. I texted my son a few times but didn't read his last text. And so we went to downtown Charleston and we parked at the visitor center. And I did a video of a tour of the visitor center. It's a beautiful place, and I highly encourage anyone coming to Charleston to go there. And if you live here, by all means, go there. So we went to the visitor center first and decided to walk to the place that it said on the Groupon 188 Meeting Street, because we were in the 300 block of Meeting Street at the visitor center, and I thought 2 blocks, no biggie. When they built Charleston, they did not build Charleston with normal city blocks. The streets are previous horse paths, and I swear to you that 300 block was a mile long. And by the time we got to the 200 block, I wasn't even excited because I figured it was another 4 or 5 blocks, which really, I think it was. So we're walking and walking. We're walking really fast because we parked at the visitor center at a 2-hour parking meter. And I thought, we'll go down, we'll get our voucher looked at, and then we'll go back and feed the parking meter again, and then we'll start our scavenger hunt. That was my thinking. 3 blocks, right? So we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. And then when I see how long these blocks are, I started practically running, walking in my boots and my sweater. It took us, to make a long story long, it took us 2 hours to walk from the visitor center to the place where the vouchers were supposed to be redeemed for the scavenger hunt so we could get started. Turns out 188 Meeting Street is the city market. I don't know how far it is from the visitor center, but it's too far in boots and a sweater on a 65-degree day. So we get to the market, and I'm like, oh my God, they're in the market. This must be part of the scavenger hunt. They want you to hunt for it. So we go through the market, and we're looking, we're asking people, da-da-da-da-da. My husband gets the bright idea to call the phone number I gave him in the first place and press the proper button to find out the proper procedure for starting the scavenger hunt, which was to download the app on your smartphone. You didn't have to go to 188 Meeting Street. Well, by the time we got there, to the market and found out what we should have done in the first place, we had 30 minutes left on our parking meter, and we had to get back. So we had to do an hour and a half of travel in 30 minutes. I do not sweat. I do not, no matter what. If I start to sweat, I need to go to the emergency room. But I promise you, today I did, on a January day. Now, a 2-hour stroll in Charleston would be lovely, but a 2-hour race against time with no idea where you're going, wearing a sweater and boots, and it's 65 degrees, is not lovely. I did get some really good pictures, though. And I'm glad I took the seconds that it took to take pictures of pretty things that were on the walk, because it was a pretty walk. It would have been prettier if we had taken 4 hours instead of 2. But maybe tomorrow we're going to go back and do the scavenger hunt if I get over my anger. But it's a 90% chance of rain tomorrow, so I don't know. I might risk it. Because how many 60-something degrees in January are we going to have? Not very many. It's almost ever. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm so glad to be home, you can't imagine. But I did see some really, really pretty things. I just wish I could have seen them at a slower pace.